Key stakeholders are calling on President Bola Tinubu to wade into the never-ending political crisis between the Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyesom Wike, and his successor, Governor Fubara of Rivers State. One of such is the coalition of Rivers State leaders. The group said the president's intervention is necessary to protect the state. They accused the federal government of neglecting the situation, suggesting that it is escalating tensions in the state. They also warned that the continued standoff could lead to severe conflict if not addressed soonest. Well, joining me on the program this evening to discuss this is Jerry Omatsegunwa. He is the SA on electronic media, Rivers State, to the Rivers State Governor. Thank you for your time.
Good evening. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, let me start off with you just giving us what you consider the core of this prolonged political impasse between the current governor, that's Governor Fubara, and the past governor of the state, who is now the minister of the FCT, person of Nyesom Wike. I mean, the general narrative is lack of preservation or respect for the existing political structure, which many have continued to question exactly what it's all about. What do you consider the core issue here? Why is this crisis still persistent?
What I see about the whole thing that is leading to the crisis is simply described as eating your cake and wanting to have it back. You are not the first governor that ruled Rivers State. You have, from 1999, you have Sir Dr. Peter Odili, who eventually, today is his birthday. I want to use this medium to wish him happy birthday. After Odili, you have Omeha and Amechi. After that, you have Nyesom Wike for 8 years. Now, you have Siminalayi Fubara. Now, what is the issue of structure or no structure? When Odili was in charge, Odili was the leader of his party and also the political leader of Rivers State. Same thing to Amechi, same thing to the former governor, Nyesom Wike. Why is it that when he got to the governor's turn right now, Siminalayi Fubara, somebody is now seen as a leader, why he becomes the governor? I don't know how that works. So, like I said, you want to eat your cake and have it back. How is it possible? That's the situation we are finding ourselves today.
All right, you said that you sort of gave a chronology of the leadership in the state and said that it appears like the previous governor the past governor still wants control. I would like you to speak more on that. In what aspect?
Yes. He supported this governor to become governor, right? And he's not the first to have done that. In Delta State, you have Okowa supporting Sheriff to become governor. Even in the past, the one that is glaring, you have this present president, Bola Tinubu, supporting Ambode, supporting Fashola, supporting some other, even this someone, to become governor in Lagos State. I don't know if Lagos State is facing the same problem that we're facing right now. I don't also know if Delta State is facing the same problem that we're facing right now. So I don't know how this whole thing will work when somebody is already in Abuja doing his work after he has served for 8 years without challenge. You were in this country when somebody was arrested here that he wanted to truncate the primaries of the PDP, and when his kinsmen, the Ijaw people, say, look, release our brothers within these 42 hours or 48 hours, he was in a church and replied them. And I will not tell you if you can go and check out what he said to them about giving him ultimatum. But today, you also want to control Abuja and also control Rivers State. For goodness sake, the man that is in charge here is not a kid. So you cannot control Abuja and at the same time control. If I don't control, then everywhere must burn down. Like I said before, there was a problem between Ambode, the then governor of Lagos State, and the present president. Did they burn down Lagos? The answer is no. So I don't think Rivers State will be burned down.
Okay, I mean, some might also argue that the current governor is a product of that purported structure, which many, yes, and for that reason, I mean, for some will say for reciprocity.
Was Ambode not the product of structure of Tinubu in Lagos then? Was Fashola not a product of the structure of Tinubu in Lagos? Was Sheriff of Orewore not a product of Okowa's structure, that structure that was built by Ibori at the time? So does it mean they are burning down their own state right now because somebody wants to blow his ego? I don't get it now. What is structure? Structure is just like when somebody digs a pond and they put fish inside. Then they say, okay, Jerry, it's your turn to build this fish now for the benefit of the people. Then it will be another person's turn tomorrow. That does not mean, oh, by the time it's now my turn to build, I will now go with the, with the pond so that the fish, nobody can benefit from it. Things are not done that way. There was also the same problem in Lagos. Did you hear any fight in Lagos? Did you hear dynamite being thrown in Lagos when it was Ambode versus the present president? So are you, this one be different.
So are you suggesting it has nothing to do with political betrayal?
What is political betrayal, for goodness sake? What do you mean political betrayal? Political betrayal so that you put me in your pocket? No, I don't understand what you mean by political betrayal. As the owner of the state or owner of one refinery that is working for you and trying to take over the refinery, it's not like that now. This man has come to make sure that Rivers State develop, and he's doing that job. So if Rivers State is developed or Rivers State is not developed, and he takes the whole money and give to you, that will satisfy you and make you not political betrayal. Because I don't really know the angle you're looking at political betrayal from. There was a problem between Akpabio and Udom Emmanuel. Is it political betrayal? Oh, let us know what you mean by political betrayal.
No, I'm only asking because, I mean, that seems to also be the perception. But let's also look at it. Some are also saying that maybe, is there a tribal angle to this too?
No. There's nothing like tribal angle. You have over 25 ethnic groups in Rivers State here. Ikwere, that was the tribe that the former governor comes from, is the same tribe that former governor Chubike Amechi came from. The same senatorial district and all those put together. So if Ikwere has done 8 + 8, which is 16 years, even count of mere 6 months, that's 16 good years of the Ikwere. So if you're saying it has any ethnic stuff, I don't think so, because this present governor is from the River Southeast Senatorial District, is an Ijaw, and is also a riverine. Now let me break it down for you. The Ijaws, before 2023, the Ijaws are agitating that they want to rule over River State. The riverine are also agitating that they want to rule over River State. And the only senatorial district that has not ruled River State, you have Rivers West, where all the leaves from. You have Rivers East, where the former governor and the one before him are from, and even Omeha. Now, River Southeast has not also, as the only senatorial district that has not ruled. So you have one man that fits into these three. The man is an Ijaw, he is from Riverine, and also from the senatorial district that has not ruled. So he fits into that. So what's the ethnic coloration about this whole thing? There are also Ijaw people, Riverine people, and from people who are from that senatorial district of the governor, who are in the assembly that are also fighting against the governor. So where does ethnic comes to play here?
All right, so let's fast forward a bit. Let's talk about some of the, will I say, attempts to reaching some sort of solution. One of such was the meeting that the governor had with the president. And there was some sort of agreement signed.
8-point agreement. Yes.
8-point agreement. I would like you to speak on that,
Yes.
even though the governor did say that that was unconstitutional. I was not bound by it. It was just a political approach to an existing problem. I would like you to speak more on that agreement.
First, when the governor came back from Abuja with that agreement, he agreed that everything, that though it's tough, but that everything in that agreement will be followed up. Now, I know the next question you want to ask me is, what now went wrong? What went wrong was the greed of one man and those who are following him, which is the 27 or 25, because they keep shifting, whether 25, 27 lawmakers, I cannot tell you. But at the end of the day, one of the clauses in that agreement was that all cases in court must be withdrawn so that we can have genuine reconciliation. Another point is that the impeachment notice that you serve on the governor should be withdrawn. Now, what did they do? They knew that that impeachment would not work, and they knew that Rivers people in their millions are ready to defend what they voted for. Let me take you back a bit. On the election day, at the election result, the governor scored 23 over 23. In case you don't know 23 over 23, Rivers State had 23 local government, and there is no local government that the governor didn't win in that election. They troop out and say, look, this one that we have voted will defend it wholeheartedly with everything we have. Now, what led to the downfall of that agreement, even though the governor was not comfortable, but he said, if this is the sacrifice I need to pay for peace to come, I am ready. Now, before the election, before the agreement, the 27 or 25 friends, they went to Abuja, Justice Omotosho, and instituted a case against the governor. What happened then after that? Since they said, everybody withdraw your case in the court, the governor went there and said, look, the defense are filed. I think I'm no longer interested in the case. Hoping that these 27 or 25 lawmakers or former lawmakers will say, okay, we are also withdrawing. You know what they did? They allowed the thing to flow, and judgment was given. Are these the people you want to trust? So that was how the whole thing, the 8-point agenda, was just truncated and nothing came out from it anymore. Because you cannot tell me that I have agreed to this point, but you are still grandstanding up to the extent that you have to like backstab me, and you want me to put my bag down for you to backstab again. Who does that now?
I mean, you of course have explicitly explained all of the background, but again, it beats the question. What exactly do you think the former governor wants? I'm talking about Nyesom Wike, who is now the FCT minister. And why is it so hard that the governor can't sort of let go, the current governor?
Let go of what?
No, I'm asking, what exactly do you think that the former governor wants?
Let me remind you of my position again. I'm the special assistant to the present governor on electronic media. So I talk for the governor, the present governor. I'm not an...
I definitely do understand that. The reason why I'm asking all of this, please, the reason why I'm asking all of this is, we are basically just trying to unravel and see if at all, there is a solution in sight. But maybe you might want to, brood on that. Let me move to my next question, which is, we've seen several frantic efforts, apart from the presidency wading into this matter. We've seen elder statesmen too, from the state, push for peace. I would like you to speak from your understanding, their efforts so far. Has it been yielding result? Is it in any way fruitful in ensuring that politically there is this crisis ends? The efforts of elder statesmen.
Which of the other statements? Sorry, I know you are the one that's supposed to be asking questions, but if I don't understand,
no, I mean we've seen efforts of the past governor of the state in trying to resolve this matter, talking about His Excellency Sir Peter Odili, and several notable figures. Cyril K. Dixon is one of that's quite a number of them.
What was the outcome of the one spearheaded by Sir Dr. Peter Odili? Did you remember the incident of the former governor addressing media sharks, where he alleged that he built hospital and named it after one man, and he built judicial center and named it after one woman? That was the outcome of the effort made by Sir Dr. Peter Odili. You know, there was also an occasion, I think it was during his celebration of his second term victory in office of the elections, right? You remember where people are gathered and he was saying that nothing in this life will make him disappoint the Odili family. Today, they are one man and one woman because he wanted to venture to make sure that there is peace, that there is settlement in Rivers State. So all efforts, effort put together to make sure there is peace, only one man has been rebuking it to make sure it doesn't stand at all. So Sir Dr. Peter Odili tried on his own, and to even make matters worse, we even heard that he has to send one of Odili's kinsmen to go beg him to make sure that he fights, not like they settle, he fights on his side. And when the former governor said, look, I cannot do this. I was governor, nobody disturbed me. You were governor, we all supported you with everything we have. For this one that has come, we'll also support him. Then they become one man and one woman. So how do you think they should do? There was also the Saraki Dixon you talked about. When they came here, Saraki Dixon, Alfredette Spieth, they all came and preached peace. The man in Abuja, was he ready for the peace that they came to preach at the end of the day? No way. So if he had known that we want peace in Rivers State, then all this dynamite, all these people setting up caretaker in APC, calling for state of emergency, what are all those for? Is it not easier to make peace than to cause war? In your own state, for that matter.
All right, let's move a little further. Let's talk about the local government chairman who, of course, their tenure has expired, and some of them still insist that they are, still in office. I would like you to speak on that. We had one of them just this week who frantically said he is still the local government chairman. Even though his tenure had expired, he had a court injunction to that effect. I'd like you to react to that.
Because the position is hereditary. The father was there before, then now took over like a monarchy. His tenure expired on the 19th or so, 17th of June, and they are gone for good. That they paid 100 million to one assembly, friends that are gathered, and at the end of the day, they said, oh, we have extended your tenure by 6 months. Where does that happen? They went to court, and the court said that this is alien to our constitution, that you cannot extend the tenure because your certificate of return has a date, and the date in there is sacrosanct. So where does he have that tenure? Where is this happening now?
All right, I understand that we need to go on a quick break, a commercial break. When we return, of course, we'll pick up from there. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Many thanks for staying with us. This is still Politics HQ on News Central Television. I still have my guest with me. Mr. Jerry Omachagunwa is the SA on electronic media, Rivers State. Thank you for your time, and thank you for staying with me. Now,
thank you very much.
Yes. Now, there are concerns that this political crisis in the state may pose some sort of a distraction to the governor and affect governance. in the state. I would like you to speak on that and react to that. Is it?
Fortunately, the governor is not distracted. You know, part of advertisement they do when they want to recruit people, I don't know if they still do it today. They said if you can work, they ask if you can work under pressure. And I can tell you that our governor has been an expert in working under pressure.
So you agree that the governor is actually under pressure?
I can work under pressure. There are pressures now. Will I deceive you? Pressures are there. Oh, they want to impeach him. Oh, we are calling for state of emergency. Within this period, we have had over 3 bomb scares. At the State Assembly, it was bombed. Meanwhile, the State Assembly is directly opposite the police headquarters on Moscow Road. I don't know if you know Port Harcourt very well.
I'm with you.
The police who could not put off the fire that burned the assembly, they tear gas yours truly and the governor, and even water cannon on the 30th of October. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I'm with you.
Then, the police also said that there is a protest that is about to happen. Our people are also gearing up for the protest, while their own people are gearing up for the protest. You know what happened? The police said nobody should come out for protest. And we obeyed and made the announcement that, look, our people, please don't come out. The same police were the people who were escorting the other people that protested, and on that day, there was dynamite scared on a bar road close to the Hotel Presidential. Another time again, the APP secretariat, the party secretariat, they also bomb. I hope you have those records.
Yes, I'm following you.
The police has not come up to tell us who has done this. All has been under investigation. At a time, in a shared local government, our people are about to do thanksgiving, to thank God for the victory of the governor at the Supreme Court. Some persons led police and hoodlums to that place, burnt all property. You know how much is sound system, you know how much is canopy, chairs, and everything. They all burnt it down. If the governor is somebody that wants trouble, by now, I doubt if they will still be staying in Rivers State.
All right. I mean, yes, from the pictures or the scenarios you've painted, it shows that in terms of security, the governor doesn't seem to be in control of the security apparatus of the state, particularly the police. And that brings to the question how the governor is able, as at least commander-in-chief of that state, ensure the safety of lives and property, even his own life, when he, to a very large extent, has no control over the activities of the police.
It's very obvious now. You know, the police, they have a mammy god they are worshiping somewhere that gives order. So what do you expect?
So are you suggesting that the police system in Rivers State is compromised?
Extremely compromised. Let me tell you an instance again to back up my point. Remember the 27 or 25 former lawmakers, they wrote a petition and mentioned some names. I can tell you that people were running as if there is no tomorrow because of ordinary petition. Meanwhile, the police, one of the finest officers that have walked the surface of this River State, is it SP or CP Angbashim, was brutally murdered and dismembered. The effort they put in to make sure they catch innocent people, if they have put half of that effort on those who murdered Angbashim, I don't think that those who died as a result of those boys still living would have died. What was the offense of those that died? These guys came in, shot over 5 people in the night, came back the next night, shot like another 5 people or 7 people. That these are the people that are informants to the police. No effort made, but you are coming to look for the President Chief of Staff and some other persons who are innocent at the end of the day. So we're taken to Abuja today. What has happened? They took them to Kuje prison and they are now walking free. Because they knew that the offense or the allegation against them were not true. But you can see the effort the police put in. The same police While the Ministry of Health was carrying out health outreach in a village they call Eliozu, they tear gas pregnant women, children. I will check my phone if I have the video of a little child that came to that health center that they tear gas and she was struggling for life. It's as bad as that right now. That's why we are begging the president, the IG, allowed some days to come, he will just go, and let him just go for goodness sake. It's not helping us. You had people being killed in Plateau State, and everything about River State becomes a must that he has to accomplish, like a task work that he has to carry out. Who does that for goodness sake? When people are dying in Plateau, people are dying in Zamfara, people are dying in Sokoto.
All right, let's go back to the issue of the local governments. There are concerns that
Yes.
about the governor, putting in motion the local government elections in the state. We know that the chairmen, who are placed in charge of these local governments, we understand that many of them work remotely. I would like to confirm first, do they still work remotely? Or have some of these local governments been open, been made accessible to them?
Because the police still barricade the councils.
So many of them still, all of them, or many of them still work remotely?
Oh, they line.
Should I take my question again?
All of them still work remotely.
Okay.
But the good thing is that they are delivering the dividend of democracy to the people.
So when will Rivers State be organizing a local government poll election?
I said they still work remotely because the day the election organizing body has told us, which is RISEC, is 5th of October. And they still stand by that 5th of October, in spite of the fact that the APC group that has been ousted right now by the court has gone to court that the election should not hold. These are the people that were calling on the governor to conduct election before now. Now, the date for the election has been set. They has gone to court to get an order to make sure that INEC, police, civil defense, and some other security agencies don't come for the election, and INEC don't give voters registration to the body so that they can conduct the same election. These were the same people who were calling for elections. So now the local government tenure has expired. The same year has gone to court to stop the same election.
All right. Let me leave you for a moment, Jerry. Let me bring in Bedford Berefa, is the spokesperson for the Joy Youth Council Worldwide. He joins virtually from Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Bedford, thank you for your time. If you can hear me.
Thank you very much, Bob.
All right, great. Now, Bedford, I would like you to just speak on what you feel, about the political tension in Rivers State. Your take.
All right, for me, the political tension, there's no tension anywhere. It's just aggravated failure aggravated issues that is playing out in Rivers State. And this politics of colony and this politics of, if I don't have Rivers State, nobody can have Rivers State, or put Rivers State in turmoil, is really aggravating. And we wonder what the judiciary is playing, what the judiciary is doing to ensure that democracy, is upheld at every strata of government. And it is very sad that in Rivers State, this incident is still lingering to this point, that the judiciary, which is the hope of common man, is really not playing the role, as it were, to ensure that democracy is upheld. There's issue before the court, and you could say the politics that is internal politics that is being played, even at the judicial level, and we call on the judiciary to do what is needful to ensure that the people, the power that belongs to the people, prevail. The people's decision should prevail. That is what it is. And the judiciary is busy playing politics, allegedly for me. It's playing politics. Today there's an order, tomorrow there's a counter order, today there's another. That is just mere politics, and it is threatening the existence of democracy in our country. So we call on the judiciary. It is very uncalled for, and it's very sad that indeed and that an institution is burnt down, and there's little or nothing that is being done, as it were, politics is being played, to sideline the voices of the people, and it's very, very sad. We call on the judiciary to sit up and be very, very firm in their decision making to ensure that democracy is upheld in Rivers State. Because anything that happens that is not justice, it will be a precedent, a bad precedent that Nigeria will soar on, and it is very, very, very sad for our very, very fragile democracy.
All right, Bedford, you kept making mention of the judiciary, being complicit in everything happening. I mean, would you like to give specifics exactly?
You could see that, for instance, what my brother on the other side was saying, that court restraining the caretaker, the APC chairman, and you could see that they've gone to court to get another order to stop a process, a democratic process that they all agreed, to, and that is very, very uncalled for. The counter, judicial orders that is flying around, it is not very safe for our democracy. That is the point I'm making. Now, if we look at the issue of the House of Assembly people that have been ousted, in Rivers State, you will see the counter, orders that are flying. They are not ousted, they are ousted. Those kind of things, it's not even really, it's not good for our democracy. The situation in Rivers is very, very fragile. It's time bomb. It's a test, true test of our democracy. And if the judiciary will not sit up to be very, very fair, we expect as a Joint Youth Council that the judiciary will interpret expressly what is enshrined in our constitution, which is the Bible of our existence in Nigeria. To say that, no, you people that have left, your house, there should be a panel of inquiry to decide on it. So strict to ensure that the rule of law is upheld, and democracy is
all right.
That has bleeded to the local government election. Which has bleeded to the local government conduction of the local government election, and you will see that an establishment owned by a political party is burnt down to the ground without any form of recourse, without any form of solidarity, so to speak, as a result of counter restraint orders that is provided by the court of law.
All right, I think I should just leave you for a moment, Bedford. Let me go to Jerry on this one. Jerry, Bedford made mention of the judiciary, being complicit in all of this, and we've seen court injunctions and counter injunctions, judgments upon judgments. I would like you to speak on that. Is the judiciary helping matters in Rivers State?
I would say capital letter no. I can also quote the former caretaker chairman of APC in Rivers State, that most judges have typewriter in their toilet. That as soon as you shop, I'm quoting somebody, not me now, that as soon as you can afford it, they give you at morning, your restraining order or whatever is ready. End of quote. Tony Okocha, former CTC chairman of APC in Rivers State. So going on that premise, I can tell you that the judiciary have their own role of destruction they are playing when it comes to Rivers politics. Though you also saw what happened in Kano, where injunction will come in the morning, another one will fly in the afternoon. You remember all those things. So if you put it together, you will know that this whole thing, they are not helping matter. But that said, our people say something, that if you, as a person, blame the rat for eating the fish, you should also blame the fish for having that aroma that attracted the rat. If these politicians don't run to the judiciary, I don't think that they will want to do all those. But the judiciary should also watch its back, because they are messing up everything right now, that when time will come, they will become the hope of the big men, not the common men anymore.
Let me leave you for a moment, Jerry and Bedford. We need to go on a quick break. When we return, we'll pick up from where we stopped. Yes, sir. Okay, so Bedford, hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm told that we need to actually frame you properly. So we need you to face your light, because on screen, all we are just seeing is you are dark. So we would appreciate it if you can face the light, so we see you properly.
Let me change position. Am I okay like this?
Many thanks for staying with us. This is still Politics HQ, and of course we are discussing matters arising in the political echo space in Rivers State, and I still have my guest with me. Well, of course, still the spokesperson for, that's the essay to the Rivers State Governor on electronic media, Jerry Omachegunwa. I still have him with me, and I also have Bedford Barefa is the spokesperson, Ijo Youth Council Worldwide, both joining me virtually, from Port Harcourt. Gentlemen, thank you for staying with me. Let me come to you, Jerry. Now, I'm going to ask you point blank. Is the governor comfortable with the leadership or the management or the running or the operations of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State? And there are also, speculations that he may defect.
Where that speculation or defection is coming from, but ask me that if the governor is comfortable with the leadership pattern of the PDP at the national level and at the PDP here in the state, I will tell you, capital letter, no. There's a party that these people who are the real trouble right now, they were PDP members before they left for the APC. They defected to the APC. At the Allo chamber, the speaker there, Martin Samewule, read their letter. The PDP at the national and the state didn't say a word. Are these people who the governor should rely on? He has also told them that, look, the PDP has failed Rivers State. So, for me, they have not been of help. And you can see all these somersaults, this one will come and tell you, the still member of PDP, they have not registered in their ward. Watch place is more than the Allo chamber that they read their letters. I gave instance. It's just like a story we were told. A company was downsizing and they gave the sack letters to the gate man. At the end of the day, when he finished serving all the letters, he now discovered that his own letter is the last one. That was what Martins and others did. You hear Femi Falana, that these people have done a great mistake and they were ill-advised. So you cannot eat your cake and also have it back. That is why these people are no longer members of the assembly, because they read their own sack letter. And to cap it up, the speaker then also read his own, just like the gate man that saw his own sack letter, but was distributing other sack letter to other people.
If the governor is not comfortable with the leadership or the running of the PDP in this, why is it still with the PDP then?
You see sharp like Ogoshire, the member House of Rep. You see people like the BOT chairman, what's his name? These are people that are still pushing. And this is a party too, the PDP, that doesn't even obey its own rule. You saw what happened when they said, okay, all the people that serve as party ESCO, that they should come back as caretaker. Nothing added, nothing removed. Those who are same to be tilting towards the governor were all removed, and even ghost name added to that list. The next thing you had, the court have said, nobody should touch that list, and all those put together. But the governor is watching the PDP. If they do well, fine. If they don't do well, you also had the resolution of the PDP governors. They can decide that's okay, it has to go our way or the highway. But let's watch what the committees have in stock for us.
So there are chances that maybe in the future he might jump ship.
I don't know. I have not asked the governor about that. He has not told me anything about that. But for now, I don't think he's very happy with the PDP. And they also know that he's not happy. That's why the governors are rallying around him. What if you think he's going to jump ship and whatever the governors, the PDP governors are pressing for comes to pass? What happened?
Let me leave you for a moment, Jerry. Let me go back to Bedford. Now, Bedford, you are the spokesperson for the Joy Youth Council. I mean, a crop of young persons. What role has your group, for instance, been playing to ensure that there's stability and all of this political crisis, ends?
All right, okay. Beyond the fact that the governor of Rivers State, the current governor of Rivers State, is an Ijaw man, as Ijaw youths, Ijaw means truth, and we stand for the truth. We stand for justice. We hate what is called intimidation. And when monopolizing of power to now say that if the structure does not come from me, Rivers State cannot function. We know that Rivers State is sitting as a very critical institution in our Niger Delta politics and in the development of the Niger Delta. It's sitting in a critical position. So we are very, very careful and we are very, very watchful to advocate for what is true and what is just. Beyond the fact that the current Rivers State governor is an Ijaw man, we uphold the rule of law, and what we are doing under the leadership of Dr. Directive Plus is that we are galvanizing, we are meeting, we are engaging with youth structures across the state to say that no, this is what is correct, this is the right thing. Let us brainstorm and ensure that we uphold the rule of law, because the future belongs to us. If there is a bad precedent that will be set as a result of the monumental failure of political gladiators as a result, as the case may be, it is us that the onus lies, or it is us that will suffer it as the youth that owns the future of the state. So it is very, very critical that we play critical role. So we are moving around, the other ethnic nationality in Rivers State, the Ekwere, the Antoni, and all other stakeholders in Rivers State to say no, let us stand for what is just, because Rivers State is all of us. If Rivers State burns today, we cannot allow history to repeat itself. This is how Warri crisis began gradually, and eventually, we lost out, as the case may be. So we cannot lose out in this state. So we must ensure that we protect the rule of law. We protect Rivers State with everything that we own, because that is the political hub of the Niger Delta. That is the developmental hub of the Niger Delta. So we cannot toil with it, because if anything happens to Rivers State, the industrialization plan, the industrialization projection that we have as youth bodies will not be actualized.
All right, I mean, Bedford, because we're pressed for time, if you can hear me, because we're pressed for time, in 30 seconds, what do you suggest as a solution?
The solution is for a truce, because we cannot keep having this kind of turmoil. The political parties that are upheld by rule of law. So we are calling on the judiciary again, that the judiciary has the express powers to interpret laws. So if there is a law that is causing disaffection amongst parties, that is where the rule of law comes in. We must the law court must interpret the rule of law. While the law is interpreting the rule of law, the judiciary is interpreting the rule of law. We call on every structures and every political gladiator to sheath their sword, because if anything happened to Rivers State, everybody held responsible. Our future will be jeopardized. Those are the structures in Rivers State. If Rivers State born, nobody will be safe. Everybody will born in the furnace. Therefore, every political gladiator must come to a point of understanding to say, let us together make Rivers State work, because there is Rivers State beyond politics, and after politics there will still be Rivers State. Nobody can live forever. If you die, Rivers State still remains. So the bottom line is, what is the need for the fight? We call on our fathers, Nyesom, Wike, we call on the governor to come to a truce to ensure that Rivers State work. For us as youth, our duty is to ensure that we uphold the rule of law and we protect the integrity of Rivers State with everything, with every fiber of our being. Because if Rivers State burns, we are the one that will suffer the brunt. So that is my plea. That's the position of the Ijaw Youth Council.
Okay, let me go to Jerry. Jerry, the recent, of course, court ruling saying that local governments, would have fiscal autonomy, meaning that they would get their allocation directly from the federal government. What is the position of the governor on this?
The Supreme Court has ruled. Now, what do you want the governor to say?
Because there are some governors that, are not comfortable with it. And some have even taken, for instance, in Ibadan, some local governments are saying, you know what, we still want it to come from the state governor. So, not everyone is in sync with it.
You see, I think it's the Supreme Court versus the Constitution. When Buhari was in power, Buhari brought what they call the Order 10 to make sure that there's autonomy for the judiciary, for the local government, and for state assembly. Remember, right?
Yes, very well. Please go ahead.
The Supreme Court ruled that for the fact that there was this joint account in the Constitution, that is jack in the Constitution, that cannot happen. Now, another case scenario, the federal government went to court, and at the end of the day, the federal government won that the local government has now autonomy. Fine. The Oyo State governor said, let me follow the Constitution while you follow the Supreme Court judgment. So I think they need to harmonize this whole thing put together. But we are not against financial autonomy for the local government. And I can tell you for free that Rivers State, even before the judgment, is about the only state, let me say the one I know, in the South that doesn't touch a dime from the local government allocation before they are sent to them. So it's not a new thing. We've been practicing it, and we are good with it at the end of the day.
All right. My final question to you is this. A lot of Nigerians want to see an end to this political tension. When will it happen?
Well, it will happen soon if what I'm about to say is taken seriously. The president should call his men to order. The IGP, the Minister for FCT, I have said it before and I will say it again, similar problem like this happened in Lagos under the watch of now president when he was not even president. Between him and Ambode, nobody burnt down Lagos. Nobody threw dynamite in Lagos. Nobody marched through the street of Lagos. What they did was to wait for the next 4 years that Ambode will be vying for the next tenure, and they shoot him out. So why can't the president call the IGP and his man in Abuja that, look, allow peace reign? The president sworn, to defend all part of this country. And Rivers State, the last time I checked, is not Benin Republic, is in Nigeria. Protect Rivers State, not that agreement that you came with. And what was even the punishment for violating that agreement that the former lawmakers did and nothing happened to them? So as far as I'm concerned, this is not a time to sit down and begin to write another United Nations veto power. Let the president call his men to order. When I say his men, there are two actors that get directive from the president. One is the IGP, and he is a very big party to the crisis in Rivers State and the FCT minister.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time on the program. Thank you so much for choosing to, of course, to speak with News Central. That's Mr. Jerry Omachigowa is the SA Electronic Media Rivers State Governor. Is joining virtually from Rivers State. And we also had, of course, speaking to us at this time, Bedford Barefa is the spokesperson, Ijo Youth Council Worldwide, who also joined from Port Harcourt virtually. Gentlemen, once again, thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Bedford. Thank you to you. If you had told me that Bedford is joining, I would have looked for him so that we can be on the same page and hook up together.
All right. Once again, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And on that note, we say thank you for, of course, being a part of the show. In case you missed out, you can actually catch up on our YouTube platform. That's News Central TV. You can also follow us across social media, the same name, News Central TV. You can follow me personally at Dakpo at Digboyi. Until I come your way again, good night.